I'm going to do a bit of farming to build some new weapons. I need to go Phobos because I'm looking here for basically a bunch of plastids and rubido. And unfortunately, the current builds I have available with Oberon just plain suck. So I'm going back to my Rhino and hopefully smash a bit of stuff up, get some much needed items to build some new weapons and see where we go from there. So what do I have? I have, no, do not want to do a rush. Yeah, defense, why not? Go for it. This is one thing I love about Warframe though, is it's a simple thing, but the fact you can actually control your lander shuttle during the loading screen. Seriously, relieves so many minutes of boredom. Hey, yeah, having a lot more fun doing this. Come on, headshot. Oh, this is so much better. For any of you that don't get what I've been talking about there, basically, okay, in Warframe you modify your frame or you give it perks by a set of cards. Like your perks are bonuses in something like Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever. There we go. And the ones I had available for the other frame I was using, which was Oberon, just weren't cutting it. And it's being very weak. The recharge times on my special abilities and everything were very, very slow. So this is much more fun.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to
I'm going to keep on for a while. The thing with Warframe, you have these what they call endless missions, like this kind of horde-based or wave-based missions. And they get harder and harder as you go on. The more waves you stay for, you get an option every 5 waves to extract, basically. The longer you stay, the harder the enemies get, but the better the rewards. And the cool thing is that Digital Extremes, the publishers of Warframe, they actually released drop tables for these items, so you can get the kind of the probability of certain items dropping. And this means you can say with a good chance of certainty, if you stay for a certain number, like I think it's 15 with these 15 waves, you have a much better chance of getting good drops. So you can kind of work out what you need to do. It makes it much easier for saying, like, okay, I want to get this particular warframe or this particular weapon, and how am I going to go about doing it? Okay, well, I need these materials. How do I get them? Okay, I can get some of them by doing, you know, this particular defense, endless defense mission, or whatever. Okay, I do it for this long, I'm guaranteed to kind of, pretty much guaranteed to get that much. So okay, I'm just shooting my teammate there. Talk about your situational awareness. Hey. Way. And that's kind of part of the reason Rhino's awesome. You can basically stun lock a whole bunch of enemies. And if you mess with some of the duration mods, that kind of thing, you can make it even longer. But yeah, basically Rhino rocks. Okay. There we go. This is why Rhino rocks. Hey. Pick some stuff up. Hey. Here we go. Okay, how many waves are we on now? We're on wave 10, so we'll get the option after this to, if we want to leave. At this point, better off staying on for another 5 if you can, or if you're basically strong enough to be able to keep it. Even if you're not, if your teammates are willing to kind of give you a bit of carry. And that was kind of silly of me. No, you're not. Ah, here we go. This is a heavy bastard. There we go. Fast. So you will get these kind of boss characters coming out every, you know. Oh, it's friendly. Okay.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can
Okay.
Very impressive.
So this guy didn't want to go in for 15, but you can see on the left, yeah, 602 Rubido and 102 Plastids. It's about what I was looking for anyway. So within a couple of minutes, you can do quite a lot if you've got a decent frame and have equipped it properly. Okay, squad, ground. Right. What am I looking for? My big mess of half completed bits of frames and weapons. I mean, at the same time, I'm not too experienced with this game, which should give you an idea of how much depth, but also there's a bit of needless complexity with it. It makes it difficult for new players. It's where the wiki comes in, and unfortunately that seems to be the way they want to do it. So you just gotta stick it out if you want to get into the depth of it and actually enjoy what's under the surface there. Cipher, scanner. Okay, I've got scanner, and what else can I build? Oh, there we go. Volker, that's what I was looking for. Oh no. Still short on that, so I need to do a few more missions there. But I can build a scanner. Be sure if it's worth it though. Meter. Kraken. Actually, is there anything I can build here? Might have to go do another round of. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, need to do a few more rounds of that. Definite. Just to be able to build that the Volcar, the rifle. The one thing that annoys me about some of the systems, you can't unlock them unless you do the Archwing, and unfortunately the Archwing, particularly the rush missions, are pure garbage. They're just incredibly badly designed. Very difficult to orientate yourself. I mean, I'm kind of okay with that kind of very fast switching viewpoint, but I mean, people were getting motion sickness when they first started, so they had to change the controls and the camera angle. And the controls are muddy. They're not precise for the Archwing missions. I mean, it's a cool idea, but I don't think they executed it very well. That's what you find with Warframe. There's a lot of things they try, which is cool, the fact that they're willing to try, but that they then eventually give up on, maybe because of community feedback, where people are just like, hey, it's not going to work, or basically because they need to put the resources somewhere else. Again, they're not a massive team, so they've got limited resources. And to be fair, they've put their resources into some very good places, and the game is in a pretty amazing state. You often hear it being called one of the best free-to-play games out there, and there's a reason. You literally don't need to spend any money. You can just play the game and get cool stuff and explore. Now, let me see. Let's capture. Spy mission. Exterminate. Monoliths. Yeah, might get more than that. Let's see. Let's see what happens. And while it is a bit repetitive, you've got to remember this is a looter shooter. Much like Destiny tried to be succeeded in the first game, but kind of messed up completely in the second. And the way the likes of the Division and some other games are, but this game is right up there as regards the quality of the game. It's right up there with Path of Exile. Okay, this is going to be good. The fuck? There's obviously a bit of lag going on here. This could be one of the other players. I don't believe it's me because it's pretty good damn connection. Now I'm connected by Wi-Fi, which is not always the best thing for the PS4, but I'm still getting it. Should be getting around the full 40 meg that's possible over Wi-Fi, or at least close. Might be a little bit of interference from other people nearby, but smashy smash smash. Yay. Wave 4 cleared. And these guys seem a little bit more experienced than the last guy, so they may stay on for a bit longer. I mean, you are kind of at the behest of other players. Unless you're playing with friends. I mean, and I would advise, if you can get a group of friends to join you, absolutely do. It's going to be a much better experience. But the one thing I would say is before you get in, look up like tutorial videos and the like from people like iFlynn, Tactical Potato. Some very experienced players out there with some very good, easy to understand tutorials. Basically does the job that the game doesn't do of explaining things. Sweet. The main thing, like, for people that will again kind of complain about repetitiveness and whatever, like I said, it is a loot-based game. They're always going to be repetitive. That's just the nature of them. It's about what you can get, the different warframes you can get, the weapons you can get. It's all about kind of progressing, and each different warframe and each set of mods you use basically opens up new playstyles. So you're essentially playing the game in different ways each time you kind of upgrade and change. And that's really what makes the game fun. And the core gameplay loop is a lot of fun. The movement is fun, the shooting is fun. You gotta remember, these are the guys, these are the studio who worked on the original Unreal Tournament. So they do know their shooter mechanics as well.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy,
Wait.
continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Let's go. Okay. Sindo, one of the axes. Guys playing with there. Bows in this game are a lot of fun. You can actually really feel the tension as you pull the bow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done a little bit of archery and they're not, you know, they're not like real bows, but as far as the kind of draw on them, they do have what feels kind of accurate to the real thing. The rest of it, no, absolutely not. They're not. I mean, there's no simulation here, but they are a lot of fun to play with. See what's now. Shit, that's not good. The ospreys are the feeling we're carrying this dude over here. I'm not sure if we're carrying this other guy who's not moving or if it's just kind of glitching out, because like I said, there was a little bit of lag there earlier. Okay, he's actually moving. Right. So there might have been something up with the servers there, or just the whoever was hosting it. Well, that's fine with online games. It's very, especially if they're peer-to-peer, it's very easy to kind of, immediately go, oh, this guy's looking for a carry or whatever, if you don't see someone doing anything. But I've found about 50% of the time in my experience it can be just that the person has a bad connection, or there's kind of matchmaking server trouble or whatever. So a little bit of patience, not too much patience, but a little bit of patience is a good thing. Hey. Okay, here come the bad guys. The big bads. Nope, did not mean to do that. It's a bit of a waste. Trying to blind me there. Come on.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Give him a second. Okay, he wants to leave. Fine.
Done here.
Whew.
Team will take over from here. Time to evacuate.
Still need way more plastids. Excuse me. Don't know what that was. So what I can do now is sneak it there. Right. So looks like I need to start upgrading some more stuff just to reach the next level. So I might swap out some of my weapons here. And start from scratch. So leveling in Warframe doesn't happen like most games. It's a little unusual. You have kind of a, I'm trying to think of the name they have for now, but you have a rank, okay? And you do trials to pass each rank. Now I think it's once in every 24 hours, so you can do them when you do get to the level. But how you get there is different. You get there by leveling individual weapons and leveling warframes, but they all cap out at 30. So you'll see some of them like this have max on them, whereas others like the Seer, which I'm going to choose now, and let's see, what can I put in this place here? Tigris, so double barrel shotgun. They'll have either a 0 or like an 18 with this, or the Sindo, the axe. It's actually quite a nice one. Now I've got dual heat swords. There we go. So let's equip them, and basically every time you level them, that counts towards your rank. So it encourages you. It's a pretty smart move design-wise. It encourages you to keep experimenting, keep changing weapons, and keep changing warframes. And in that way, it kind of keeps you invested in the game. So, let me see. How am I here? Do I have anything else? No, I don't. Now, can I actually get blueprints for any of these? Do I have the resources? Okay, that one. So when you're looking through blueprints here, or sorry, you can either buy outright, use platinum, which is the Russian real war currency, or you can buy the blueprint, and it'll tell you what you need to build it. Now I'm just missing the argon crystals there, so the simplest thing there is to open the wiki. You can look for argon crystals, and it'll tell you where you need to go. You know which missions in which location will give you those. So some of these are locked either because of rank, but you can still get the blueprints by playing the game. They drop off certain bosses and other things. So spores. Yeah, again, it seems that nanospores are what I am missing, and argon crystals. Yep. Spores again. And nanospores. So if I want to get any of the other sentinels, I need to. Now, sentinel is kind of like a little buddy unit you've probably seen in the last while. This one basically freezes some of my enemies, slows them down a bit. Now, like I said, unfortunately, because of the menu structure in Warframe is just, it's an absolute mess. Like, you know, the fact, okay, I want to get a sentinel. I can't just go, hey, I want to get a new sentinel. I've got to go equip, then look through these, go into them, and then choose the blueprint. I mean, it's not too bad, but at the same time, it could be done in a lot more efficient manner. The game does very little to explain, like, you know, what a blueprint means, what, you know, what the difference is. Even the fact like the currencies just appear as like these little small icons up at the top. There's definitely room for like a little bit of text or some indicator, like, yeah, you start the game. It doesn't really tell you much. It doesn't say, oh, one is real world cache and the other isn't. Well, you do get some initially, and the best way to spend that is actually if we go in here and, well, actually, I'm looking at the wrong section here. If we go into cards here and upgrades, no, again, I'm in the wrong place. See how easy it is to get lost? Okay, so we go to upgrades, and what we can do here is, so R3, click the right stick, and you've got this upgrade. So the upgrade is something you're going to want to spend if you, the free kind of currency on. Well, the free bit of premium currency you get when you start the game, you want to spend on that and possibly an extra slot for Warframe, because you have a limited number of slots when you start off. That's pretty much it. I could waffle on for a bit here. I'm kind of like not keeping it on topic, but it's just to kind of show that the game, you know, there's a lot of fun, a lot of depth to it, but you have to get past this massive cliff wall of the interface, menu structure, just the way all that end of it. It's like learning a foreign language. You've got to kind of wade your way through that, and eventually you'll get to the game that's underneath. Like I said, it's not necessary. I mean, the game could do far better and attract far more players who would most likely stick to it if that was a bit better. I know that is also, you know, some would kind of say, being a little bit cynical, well, you know, the first things you see are the shop here, and you know, it always goes to the, if you're looking at the weapons and warframes, it shows the premium cost there first. I don't mind that so much, because at the end of the day, it is a free game, and you can play it, like I said, without spending a penny. I just think there's probably a lot of people who miss out on this because of that initial experience where they just kind of run into that brick wall going, what the hell am I supposed to be doing? Anyhow, I'm going to leave it at that, and I will catch you guys next time. Take it easy.